This is terrible. Very terrible. This season is so boring that Love is Blind is actually playing well-known pop songs to try to distract us from how boring this DEI rollback season is. Got Jodeci singing All My Life to these white people. Are you insane? During Black History Month, during Women's Black History Month? Hey, I think they hunching and whoa. What am I watching?
VBS, I just turned the water on. Big old flex, shit you never saw before. These niggas chasing me like waterfalls. Keeping on my lip, truck look like brains.
What's up, guys? It's your sister, Jessie Woo. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, make sure that you subscribe. So you can join the Black Women's Tribe during Black Women's Black History Black Women's Month. All right, y'all. This is honestly, this is painful. This season is so painful to watch, but I'm going to get through it. We're going to get through it as a family. All right, as a family. So we are now on episode, check my notes real quick. Okay, episode 7. All right. Episode 7. Remember, we left off episode 6 with the doodle nurse. She is so scared that Too Short is lying about her reveal being the first time that she met him. And you know what's crazy about this to me? How are you scared to the point of tears that this man might have followed you and unfollowed you on Instagram a while back more than you're scared of marrying a complete stranger? Make that make sense to me. Quickly, make that make sense to me. So then she's still interrogating him about, did you follow me? Did you unfollow me? And this man is like, listen, if I followed you, I think I would have remembered that. But if I don't, I'm not trying to lie to you here. I just don't recall ever following you. Then they keep going back and forth to the point where she's like, you know what? I have a program on my phone.
I promise you that I don't remember it.
Because I do have the followers app.
I have a followers program on my phone where I keep track of everybody who's ever followed me and unfollowed me, and I'm gonna look you up. And it's to the point where production brings her phone so she could check her phone. And literally, it's funny because they both call out Bueller.
Anybody? Bueller.
So I'm guessing Bueller is someone on production. Y'all have such a connection that y'all call this person's name out at the same time. Okay? Bueller brings her phone. She goes through the app. She's scrolling.
I hate this doubt that I feel in my brain.
And she's scrolling. And she keeps scrolling. And she's still scrolling. Scrolling on a I mean, this lady is scrolling so damn long that ma'am. So basically, Too Short wasn't lying, and the doodle nurse is full of what? That man had never followed her, and now she feels bad for bringing it up, right? And what I liked about Too Short is the entire time he was very understanding, he was very patient.
Whatever you need to do to process, I'm okay with.
But I'm gonna tell you right now, if I were in his position, I would have told you, don't worry about it, sister. You got this. We ain't gotta continue, because it's not that deep. It is just not that deep. Y'all live in the same city. People from your city follow you all the time. Men, all they do is follow women on Instagram. It just was never that deep to me, and I think she's a freaking weirdo for even making this a thing. But anyway, they decide to go on the honeymoon, and so they're off to Honduras. Virginia and Devin, Virginia shows off that he has this Kobe sleeve, he's covered in tattoos, and he has one arm that has a whole bunch of Kobe tattoos. But we know that this man almost deleted himself because he couldn't play basketball anymore. And to be honest, I want black men free from the shackles of sports. Again, I said this before, I'm gonna say it again. The fact that this man was ready to die, this man was on Biggie time, ready to die, because he couldn't play basketball anymore. I really want black men free. I want freedom, where are you? I want freedom for black men when it comes to sports, okay? That is not the only way to be successful. Please, please, please. Anyway, him and Virginia are going back and forth, having a small talk, and I don't know, y'all. This couple for me ain't doing it.
Well, thank you.
Me too.
Thank you.
I'm just kidding. Fishing for compliments.
Oh, you look good.
Thank you.
I can't put my finger on it, but at this point, they're just not doing it for me. Tarzan and Jane are having dinner, and to be honest, this conversation made me want to pluck each one of my toenails one by one.
The dance you did, you are going to need to repeat that, because that was one of my favorite moments.
That's how excruciatingly, painfully boring this conversation was. You got Lauren and David in the jacuzzi, and honestly, I just...
Sorry, I keep like just touching your back.
No, this is very comforting.
Hang in there, baby. Hang in there, baby. I know. What's wrong? What's wrong, baby?
It's too many white people.
I know, baby. Hang in there. Hang in there.
It's too many white people.
I know, baby. I know.
You got the doodoo nurse and Too Short. They in the jacuzzi, and they ain't talk about nothing either. I'm just...
Yeah. Kind of excited.
Oh my God, this is boring. This is boring. Lauren and David are in bed saying a whole bunch of nothing.
I've never loved someone like you before.
But then there's this like romantic wedding song that's being played for like a good 5 minutes.
And I know I'll never love and
it's just like, what is going on? Like, what am I watching?
anything more. I give you my all, you can take what you need. I give you.
Nothing is happening. Nothing is going on. So this is what I'm getting instead of seeing Brittany and Mo who got engaged, but we're not gonna see them because they black. And this is a very anti-DEI season. Chris Colleen with your raggedy ass. Devin and Virginia are together, and they're talking about the fact that they have so many similarities. They feel like they are both the same person. Then you have Virginia who says, I'm in love with you.
I'm in love with you.
I agree. I love you too.
And he says it back. Okay, cool. I must admit, they do look good together. I feel like they look alike though. Like, is it me or they look alike? They just... Sometimes, like, when couples be together, they start to look like each other, so maybe that's it. But I feel like they look alike. Drop in the comments and let me know if I'm the only one who feels that way. David and Lauren, they start talking about how he snores in his sleep and that she hates his snoring, but she was just kidding. Then they go into this conversation about physical attraction and how David, who looks just like a broke down Thomas Jefferson, would follow women that he met on Instagram and look through their Instagram pictures and realize that they weren't as attractive as he thought they were, so he would unfollow them and ghost them, basically.
On like their Instagram, and then I'm like, actually, never mind.
Yeah.
You know, like you don't even like take that next step to like go on a date.
So this experiment is him challenging himself to do better.
Engaged or not, this experiment is so good for me personally.
And I'm sorry, all I'm hearing when this man says things like this is I'm hearing him call Lauren ugly. Lauren, girl, he's calling you ugly. In the pods, he said you were unattractive because obviously you're 30 and you're unmarried. And then he called you old because you're 30 with no children. Now he's calling you ugly to your face. Like, sister. During Black History, Black Women's Month, I'm going to need you to stand up. This man is calling you ugly. What? Okay. Susan B. Anthony and Mr. Maga go snorkeling as she leaves all her social issues, concerns back on land.
Okay.
Miss Doodoo and Shorty Doo Wop are taking a little stroll, and you know, they do the whole meme. Look at us.
Look at us.
Who would have thought?
Not me.
Look at us. Hey, look at us. Look at us. Huh? Who would have thought? Not me.
I thought that was cute. I thought that was funny. But they have a good talk, and she talks about how basically like nobody has talked to her the way that he talks to her. Nobody has treated her, you know, the way that he's treating her. She talks about how much she regrets bringing up the whole Instagram thing, but that she's very appreciative of how Shorty Doo Wop handled the entire thing.
I do regret the way that I handled that conversation.
And again, that man is a better man than I would ever be. Because to be honest, I just really feel like she's just not attracted to him. She was not attracted to that man when she saw him. I don't know if attraction is growing now. Sometimes that does happen. But she did not like the way that man looked when he was revealed. I'm sorry. Nobody's going to convince me otherwise. I feel that if Shorty Doo Wop would have came out from the reveal and gave Matthew McConaughey, you know, gave who's a Brad Pitt, a young Brad Pitt, a young Leonardo DiCaprio. I feel like if he gave that, then she would have been head over heels. Even if they would have had already followed each other on Instagram. So, oh my God, that's you. That's the guy that I just followed. It would have been a whole different story if Shorty Doo Wop was fine. But because he's not extremely good looking, that's why she brought it up. She do not like the way that man look, period. Can't nobody convince me otherwise. Tarzan and Jane are having a conversation, a very exciting conversation about OCD.
Okay, does that bug you?
What?
The fireplace. How many times I like lifted up a spoon, how many times I like drank something, how many times I like picked something up.
Very exciting conversation. I'm thoroughly entertained by this conversation.
Like my index finger was something always had to touch an object last.
Yeah. This is the cast that casted itself, Chris Colleen. Raggedy. Devin and Virginia eat some chocolate-covered strawberries.
This one's really good.
Is it?
Try it.
Sure.
Then they head on to the hot tub. And I'm not understanding what's going on here. What am I watching? Are they hunching? Like, what? I think they hunching and whoa. Showing us them dry hunching in the pool, it like filming these people dry hunching in the pool and actually keeping that in the final cut is crazy. David and Lauren. David makes sure that we know and Lauren knows that they have not hunched yet, but he's okay with that.
Me and Lauren have not had sex yet. I've seen her naked.
So then we get these separate confessionals from these two. Apparently, off camera, David brought up the fact that he knows two of Lauren's exes.
Dave was like, did you date anyone like before coming on here?
I'm guessing that, you know, they both talked about their dating history and she gave him like her ex's names. I would love to have seen what this conversation is like. But basically he says that he knows two of her exes.
It's a little weird that I know them. I don't know them well. But.
You like know of them.
And he says that she has been in communication with one of her exes up until the time, or maybe just close to the time where she was coming on this experiment.
Hearing that, I was like, kind of like, okay.
Now, during that conversation, she does explain that, you know, there was a time where she did spin the block on her ex, but, you know, as she was spinning the block, she came to the realization that her ex was not for her. And I'm sorry, like who hasn't been here? Like, who hasn't been here before where, you know what, you break up from an ex, the streets is dry, you're not getting no motion, so you just tiptoe back into, you know, familiar waters, but you realize, you know what, this person isn't for me. So that's basically what Lauren is saying happened with her and her ex. So then he goes on to say, well, he hasn't had a girlfriend in 4 years, so he was expecting for everybody in this experiment to kind of be like that.
Like, I haven't had a girlfriend for like 4 years. I kind of thought everybody was going to be similar to that.
That's just not realistic. I'm sorry. That's not how dating works. Then he does the weirdest thing and he brings up Molly and says that Molly got out of a relationship 6 months ago. And you have Lauren checking him because Molly told him, her, and the rest of the world that she's 29 and she's never had an actual boyfriend.
I thought she said she never had a boyfriend.
So whatever she was coming out of was a situationship. It wasn't a relationship. So my thing is, you're more bothered by Lauren, who had a specific ex, spun the block on that one specific ex, and realized that that's not her person. You have more of a problem with that than Molly, who has never committed to a man and has had nothing but situationships, and she's 29 years old. Just say you want to go and check. Like, just say, Lauren, I'm not attracted to you. I don't like you. Like, it's really like Thomas Jefferson, cut the shit. Cut the shit with your raggedy ass. Just say you're not attracted to the girl. Please. Please. So then the conversation basically ends with Dave bringing up Molly and bringing up the fact that he's basically looking forward to talking to Molly when they get back.
Going back and like me talking to Molly.
My thing with Dave is this, right? So you have reservations about Lauren spinning the block on one ex, but you're also simultaneously upset that y'all haven't hunched. Make that make sense to me. Okay, Dave is not attracted to that girl, and that girl is not busting the pussy wide open quickly, not quickly enough for that man. And so he's already docked you 2 points down. 2 points down, he's docked you. He's docked you. And remember what I said from the pods. Whatever you get from Dave, Lauren, you deserve it. Lauren, whatever you get from Dave, I told you that. You deserve it. Now you got this man acting up because you ain't bust open your coochie like a can of biscuits quickly enough for him. And now he's using you talking to your ex. Like, mind you, this man said he's been single for 4 years. What is that supposed to tell me? That means for the last 4 years, you were hopping in and out of situationships with how many women? Cut the shit. Cut the shit. All right, y'all. Episode 8 opens up with Mr. MAGA and Susan B. Anthony. He exposes Susan B. Anthony for keeping all of the tags on her clothes.
Like how you keep all your tags on your clothes.
So basically, this bitch be... I can't. All these social issues, but you be keeping all these tags on your... So you be wearing your clothes and then bringing them back, Susan B. Anthony? Is that what Mr. MAGA is telling us? Then you got Mr. MAGA volunteering the information that he washes his clothing once a month and he wears his clothes multiple times.
How often do you do laundry?
like once every month.
You know, white people. Let me tell you something about white people. White people are going to volunteer the fact that they are uncleaned and unseasoned, unsolicited. Nobody, white people. I don't shower. I don't really believe in bathing like that, but I did take a bath 2 days ago. So why are white people so dirty? Like, what is wrong with y'all? Y'all do know that y'all the reasons why we be having plagues and viruses and shit like that. It's y'all fault. It is y'all fault. The couples finally meet up. And my goodness, I'm just seeing... I'm seeing too many white people. Lord. David goes to Devin and they have a chat, and the first thing he asks Devin is, hey, are you in Virginia hunching?
Have you guys had sex yet?
No, we haven't. You haven't?
Like, you guys haven't had sex yet?
No.
Then we see David have a conversation with Tarzan's fiance. And what does he ask her? Hey, are you and Tarzan hanging from any trees and hunching in the woods or anything? Have y'all hunched in the woods yet?
That's all I need to know.
But no.
Then he goes to Miss Doodoo, and guess what he asked Miss Doodoo? Are y'all hunching yet?
Like, get sex yet? They're like, whoa, okay, Dave. Monica gave me like, whoa, okay.
Have you guys had sex yet?
This is weird. Mind you, the whole couples meetup has been very just relaxing. Everybody's getting along. There's no drama for real. And here you are asking everybody one by one, have they hunched yet? And you're basically letting everybody know that you have not hunched Lauren yet. What is your deal? You are 32. You look 49. Grow up. Grow up. And then you know what's crazy about this DEI gathering? You got all these white couples at this damn DEI gathering, but then you got Jodeci all my life. And I will never find another love. Since when did Love is Blind start playing all these pop songs? Like, this season is so boring that Love is Blind is actually playing well-known pop songs to try to distract us from how boring this DEI rollback season is. Chris Colleen, you are too raggedy to pull one over on us, okay? This is terrible. Very terrible. Got Jodeci singing All My Life to these white people. Are you insane? During Black History Month, during Black Women's Black History Month? Whew, Lord. You got Lauren and David back in their suite, and they talk about, you know, being excited to get their phones back. But then David said something very strange to me. He said, I hope your phone number is not already in my phone. What does that tell you?
We'll exchange phone numbers.
Yep. Hopefully don't have it already.
What does that tell you about how often this man gets around? This man is ran through, okay? Busted down Thomas Jefferson is so damn ran through that he's scared that this woman is going to get her phone back, reach out to him, and that number's already going to be in his phone. Mind you, this is the same man trying to shame her for spinning the block on one ex. Then he talks about his sister again and just how, you know, scared he is of her reaction.
I mean, my sister.
Sir, go be in blind love with your sister. Alcuche asistel. Go be with your sister. Okay? You white, you from Minnesota, it's giving that. Alright? All this shoo, all this extra shit you doing about that lady, go be with her. Okay? Dave gives me what Clay did with his parents. He gives me that he's doing the same thing with his sister. Like, oh, my sister this and my sister that. You know, I won't be able to get married. The same game that Clay played when it came to his father, David is doing the same thing with his sister. And it's weird. Tarzan and Jane are having a conversation. They talking about how they don't be washing their clothes like that. Jane says that one time she had a pile of clean clothes build up in her closet, and she would just reach from time to time for clothes to put on. And then there was this one incident where she reached for a pair of jeans. She went to put the jeans on, but when she looked in the crotch was white. And then when she looked closer, Charlotte's Web was in the crotch of these jeans.
It was a spider's nest in the crotch of these jeans.
How did this happen?
These is the type of conversations that Love is Blind, Chelsea, and Chris Colleen got us listening to. This is the cast. This is the cast that casted itself. Jane then started talking about how her and her family have communal socks. They got a sock bin at home filled with socks that they all use. And as she says this, the cameraman focuses in on her feet. This really might be my last Love is Blind review. I'm just like, I cannot with this season. I cannot. David and Lauren are talking, and David is super duper anxious. Apparently, the whole town is talking. There's whispers of him and what he's doing with his life and the decision that he made to go on the show, and the people are just startled by him going on Love is Blind.
Certain people, I'm just like, why are they wasting their time and energy talking about me?
And he is just afraid of all the attention that he's gonna get once he gets his phone back, and all the opinions that people have about the decisions that he's... Cut the shit. Sir, you have skeletons in your closet. You have skeletons in your closet, okay? You're scared that the girlies are gonna come to Lauren and tell her what you really been up to, Thomas Jefferson. What you been up to in these Minneapolis streets. Okay? Tell the truth, shame the devil. With your lying ass. Then he brings up his sister that he secretly wants to be married to again, saying that his sister was scared that he was gonna link up with some reality star thirsty for television. Ain't that what all of y'all are thirsty for? When I signed up to do Love and Hip Hop, guess what I was thirsty for? Okay? Cut the shit. Anybody who's signing up for a reality show, what's the number one thing you want? Fame. Like, the fuck? I better get some fame out this shit. Like, what is I'm here for? What is I'm here for? Love, please. It's season 8. None of y'all are really looking for love. Let's just keep it a buck. Y'all not looking for love for real. Y'all is looking for fame, okay? Love is Blind is really giving me all of y'all are here for fame, point blank, period. None of y'all are really here looking for love. Let's just keep it a bean, all right? It's not giving that, okay? Devin and Virginia, they pay a visit to where he lives, and we get to see his bedroom. This man had no headboard.
This is the bedroom. I got all the shoes over here.
Y'all know how I feel about men with no headboards. But here's the thing. Devin ain't got no headboards, but he has about $10,000 worth of sneakers right next to his bed. Sir, get a headboard. Like, you're already showing me that financially, your priorities are not intact. I'm sorry. $10,000 worth of sneakers and you ain't got no headboard? No, sir. No, sir. That's dusty behavior, just letting you know. They visit Virginia's home, and her home looks just as I expected, okay? Virginia's a nurse. I expected her to have a very cozy home. They sit down and they start talking about finances. And to be honest, I did not like the way Devin registered this conversation.
I think I would be like most comfortable with just like having separate accounts, even like a prenup.
They start talking about, finances and, spending. They both talk about the fact that they are good with saving their money. You have Devin who talks about, having a lot of money saved for when the time comes to be able to buy a home. He can do that. But then you have Virginia who proposes that they get a prenup.
How would you want it to look? Because I never really thought about that. So I'd have to think about that more. But
I do not like his reaction at all. Here's the thing. You do not know this lady. You too should want a prenup. Let's just be honest. Y'all are on a reality show. You should want a prenup. The fact that you don't want a prenup tells me that you're looking for her to buy you that headboard that's missing from your bedroom, okay? Devin, I don't know you personally, my brother. You seem like a good black man, all right? But I'm just telling you, as someone who's watched this show for the last 8 years, and I've watched a lot of dating shows, it's giving a little bit of dust. Just a little bit of dust. Just the ibuprofen addiction. Wanting to delete yourself because you couldn't play basketball. You ain't got no headboard, okay? And now you're questioning her because she's proposing a prenup. Sir, it's giving a little bit of dust. Yeah, it's giving a little bit of... Yeah, let's go ahead and wipe this down. Let's wipe this down. It's giving dusty. Just a little bit. I'm just saying, just a little bit. Then she talks about, you know, hey, like, we're in a partnership, we're in this together. She starts talking about being willing to pay down his debt. Slow your roll, Virginia. Let's back that up. Let's juvenile. let's back that thing on up. You doing a lot. You doing a lot, sister. Let's calm those thoughts down, okay? You do not know this man. Okay? All right.
And like we find ways to make money. Like I wouldn't mind paying off your debt.
Because the way his face lit up when she said, yeah, I want to pay some of your bills down. That man's face lit up like a Christmas tree. I'm telling you, it's giving dust. It's giving dust, okay? Be very careful, Virginia. Lauren and they visit his home, and this man has nothing in the fridge.
Wow.
I know.
See, the math is not mathing for me. Ain't this man in the medical field, or he sells medical tools or something like that? It's something off about Dave to me. And then they start looking at his cabinets. Dave ain't got nothing in his cabinets.
Wow. Such a minimalist.
Is this Dave's place? Then you go to his closet and it's not giving he's been there for a minute. It's just not giving. There's hardly any furniture. Like I know men will have, like, you know, the bro pad and everything, but I don't know. It's giving that's not Dave's place. I don't know, something in my spirit, something in my soul ain't right. I'm reading something in my spirit during Black History, Black Women's Month. It's something smell. It's something smell like shit here. I smell shit. I smell bullshit. Then he brings his sister up again. Oh my God.
That's my sister's mentality too.
Yeah.
Oh my, go be with your sister. Oh, damn. Then you got Lauren asking, well, what does your sister like to eat? What does she like to drink? She likes martinis. She likes coffee martinis or whatever the fuck the drink was. Like, Lauren, don't be such a pick-me. Please. Do not be such a pick-me. Okay? It's giving this man want to be with his sister. You need to set that nigga free. Well, he ain't a nigga. Set that non-nigga free to go be with his sister. Okay? Girl, it's giving Targaryen. So then we have these confessionals, these separate confessionals again, and you have Dave saying that once he got his phone back, that his homeboys did their research and they also know her ex, and that her homeboys told her that her ex and her were still in communication up until the time that she went into the experiment, and apparently
they hung out like the Friday before she left on Sunday.
He is swearing up and down that this was not just her ex that she was spinning the block on. He's saying that this man was her boyfriend as she was entering the experiment.
I don't know. It's one of those things like, do I believe her? Do I believe this guy / my friends?
And then he mentions that the guy is so desperate for TV time that the guy actually moved into the building where they are at the moment. It just all seems a little fishy to me. And then you have her crying about it, you know, and because the way she's crying about it, it seems like she's aware that the guy is talking smack. But also then you have him saying, you know, my sister's gonna be so disappointed, and my sister this and my sister that.
The shitty and like tricky thing for me has been like, my sister knows now.
It's just weird. Like, just tell this lady that you don't like her. Like, it's okay. The Love is Blind contract, what do the Love is Blind contract be telling y'all? Y'all can't tell each other the truth about what you really feel about each other? Like, is that it? This is weird. This is weird. Tarzan and Jane, they visit Jane's family. And out of nowhere, they have this thing called Fam Jam Night.
Yeah, Fam Jam. Yeah.
And out of nowhere, it's a white man on drums. It's a white man on a flute.
No.
Yeah, you gotta get up.
It's a tambourine.
Yeah.
It's a lot going on. Jane is embarrassed. And so am I. I caught secondhand embarrassment watching these white people behave like they down to the swamp.
I feel something happening here.
It was given very much shoo-a-doo, dabba-doo, shoo-a-doo, dabba-doo-dee-bee-bye. Whole time I thought he was the one raised by monkeys. I'm screaming. They did ask him a couple questions. I believe that her sister, who by the way is married to a man who was actually trying to get with Jane after he had already got with her sister.
He's still trying to get to Monica. That's why I'm here.
Her sister started questioning him about why he wasn't in a relationship. I think her mother did too. And he was basically like, you know, I didn't really get serious about being in a relationship until my early 30s, so here I am. Jane does show Tarzan the communal sock basket, and to be honest, I'm disgusted.
Here she is.
What the hell?
Like, I cannot believe that this is really a thing. Y'all are nasty as hell. Then you have this awkward moment where, you know, her sister basically says that she kind of just don't trust Tarzan like that. He might just be a good actor. He might not be here for the right reasons.
He's not your type. It's crazy. I didn't think that you would be getting married first.
And then that's where the episode cuts off. This shit is boring as hell. I'm sorry. This is just horrible. This is horrible, child. Go ahead and drop down in the comments. Let me know y'all thoughts, child. I'm doing the best that I can with what I got.
I'll do the best I can with what I got.
Oh! Drop down in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. I'll see y'all for episode 9.
VBS.